Call this meeting of the Harriman City Council to order March the 3rd, 2026. Before we get started, we'll have a prayer by Councilwoman Harris, followed by the pledge of allegiance to the flag. Councilwoman Harris.
Let us pray. Father God, we give you praise, glory, and honor for just another opportunity to call on your holy and righteous name. Now, God, we ask you to be a part of this meeting that we're having. Bless every council person as well as our mayor and everything that we make as far as decisions, God. Let it be done in respective to all of the citizens. Now, God, I'm asking for a special prayer for our nation, for our leaders, not just in the White House, but the leaders in the state, in the Congress, in the Senate, even down to small Roane County. We ask you to bless them, but let us make decisions, God, that will be pleasing to you and pleasing and according to your word. All these things we ask you in your name, Jesus, we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Here. Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here. I'd like to declare a quorum. Motion to approve the minutes of the February 17, 2026 meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson.
Second.
Second by Councilman Vansdale. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilman Vansdale.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Vansdale.
Yes.
Motion carries. Motion to pay the salaries.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton,
Second.
followed by Councilwoman Harris. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Motion to pay the bills.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton,
Second.
followed by Councilwoman Harris. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Vansdale.
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, we'll hear from delegation. If you'd like to address this council, please come up to the podium, state your name, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
My name's Connie Cook. I live at 535 Old Johnston Valley Road in Kingston. I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself. I am on the ballot for a Republican of the county clerk's office in May 5th. I have multiple years of experience in the government field. I have had 9 years of auditing. I've had 8 years in a deputy director's position in Anderson County, and I was the finance director here at Roane County. I had 18 years of being in the county commission atmosphere. I know what it is like to have to maintain those records and keep those records straight. I would like to have that opportunity come May to be able to win that election and move on to the general election in August. I feel that I am the most experienced. I know there's some that will come before you and say that they have experience in the office or they've had experiences in their business. I have experiences, and I've supervised anywhere between 1 to 8 employees. There's a lot involved in the county clerk's office. I feel that on day one, yes, there's going to be learning curves for anybody who takes that position. But I just wanted to have that opportunity to meet you all and for you all to hear a little bit about myself. I've left you some documentation there on the table before you. Feel free to get on my Facebook, and if you have any questions and anything more that you would like to hear about me, please do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Connie. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's interesting to see you all from this perspective. I'm here tonight to announce my candidacy for the County Commission seat for the 2nd District County Commission. And I have three main goals that I'd like to achieve over the next 4 years, and I want to communicate those from the very beginning. One is to represent the interests and concerns of the citizens of Harriman and the government of Harriman. Next is to improve communication between the Second District Commissioners and the city and the Harriman City government. And number three is to align and coordinate goals for the city and the county where possible. Some of the things I'm thinking about are infrastructure projects, growth initiatives, and land development. I'll be putting up my signs this week, and I'll be calling on you all over the next few days for any assistance that you may be willing to give me in hopefully winning this seat and representing Harriman as it should be represented at the county commission.
Thank you, Mr. Ayler, and I am, for one, very well pleased that you are in the race.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, sir. Anyone else? If not, we'll go into reports. Harriman Utility Board.
All right, just a few short updates. We have been working with the city manager. We've got in the street department director to make sure that we are ready for the city's paving contractor to come in. I think you all approved some paving last month. We will be raising some manholes and valve boxes to get ready for that new asphalt to go down. I think that's around Franklin Street, Elliott, and Jocelyn. Just to let you know, you might see our gas, water, and sewer crews out getting ready for that. We are also coordinating with the city's contractor down at the sinkhole site, and everything seems to be going very smoothly. We appreciate the good relationship there. And just a quick update on broadband. We now have about 268 customers that are active using our service. We have a lot more that are already scheduled over the next 3 weeks, and we're calling new ones every day. So just encourage you, if you put that application in and you see a phone call from us, go ahead and answer that call so we can get your time and date scheduled for that installation. We've got 13 business customers. I'm really excited about that. We don't quite have our telephone ready yet, but it is coming very soon. By the end of this month, we should have residential telephone service available. And some of our customers, we found out, actually really like to have a home phone line. So I was really excited to hear that, and that we are really close to offering that service. And very soon we'll have business telephone, just lag behind probably a month or two more. If a customer is interested in obtaining HEB fiber at their home or business, I would encourage them to go to hebfiber.com and get signed up.
So Candace, would you elaborate? You said earlier about the customer service. What change you all made as far as doing it in-house?
Yes, I think in the past, our email and our correspondence said that the phone number would be coming from a Crossville line, a 931 number. We have changed that, so we are now handling all scheduling with the HEB employee from the HEB office. So our contract, we do still have a contract partner that's helping us get the installations while we have such a heavy load to handle. But the scheduled call will come from HEB, so you'll deal with one of our CSRs.
Any other questions for Ms. Candace?
Great job, and I'm glad we're at 260. We hope to get to 400 before our quote-unquote set date. So yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you.
Candace, those representatives, are they local people?
The contractors?
Yeah.
The drop-in installation contractor is from Crossville, so they're pretty close by. And the mainline fiber contractor that's been with us for several months now, they are from Middle Tennessee. So we both Tennessee companies. We're very happy with that.
So we won't be dealing with any of these people you can't understand, or
Right. Yeah. Haven't came across those ones yet.
Good point, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
Mr. Ayler.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, I'm pleased to report that we had an 11.2% increase in local option sales tax for the month of February, year over year. That's a phenomenal increase. We've been trending at somewhere around 4.8%, so that's a bit of an outlier. Of course, that month that's being reported or that's being paid out in February is for the month of December. That is our largest throughout the fiscal year, so we do expect it to be big, but to see an 11.2% increase is substantial. I'll be On Thursday and Friday, I'll be out of the office partially, Thursday afternoon through Friday morning in Lenore City for the TGFOA conference. And I wanted to mention that along with the fact that I've been working with Brad Harris with MTAS to get our books closed on a quarter by quarter basis. And so what that does is that creates a shorter time frame between the end of the fiscal year and when we're ready to schedule the audit. So my goal this year is to schedule the audit for late September, early October, so that it's wrapped up without question before December 31st, but probably sooner than that, maybe like November 30th is the goal. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Please.
Chris? Mr. Owens?
All right, over the last 15 days or so, we've been, when I say we, me, Gavin, Sarah, and a few paralegals have been busy working on various things for the city of Harriman, from contracts and ordinances, responding to various questions from directors and officials. We've been working on some guidance for some various ordinances. We have been researching the issue of double wides, and we've got a lot of good information based upon that, our research, and it is precisely what we discussed at the last meeting of this council. That guidance will be forthcoming, but case law as well as Tennessee statutes are very clear in how to treat double chassis housing, and that we don't treat those any differently than we would any other residence in an R1. So that is clearly the law in the state of Tennessee. When we talk about trailers or single chassis, of course we're talking about just a single chassis, one chassis trailer, and they are not permitted in an R1. But double wides, modular homes, whatever you want to call them, they are permitted. So they still have to meet all the setbacks and other zoning requirements, but they are permissible way to provide a residence on your property. So, but I'll have some more guidance coming out on that, but the law seems to be very, very clear. So we've been working on all those things. There's a couple of lawsuits that are still lingering that we've been defending. There's a hearing in one tomorrow. You kind of have to follow the chancellor around from county to county, and tomorrow he's in Loudon, and so there's a motion in a case that's going to be heard there, and the city is involved in that suit. So that's what we've been doing over the last 15 days. Been quite busy, actually.
Anybody have anything for Mr. Owens?
Thank you, Mr. Owens. I know you're doing a whole lot, so
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Owens.
John.
Thank you for your hard work. Appreciate that.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Mason?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, members of the City Council. This is what I'll be using for my notes tonight. Our next edition of The Direction will come out Friday. Our department heads will update that for the rest of the week, and I'll have that sent out. Just give you some updates. We had a very productive 2 workshops. Our most recent was last Thursday night, so we did a lot of talking in there and making some decisions and coming up some direction for the city, which was very helpful, I think, for everybody involved. Just one reason my report's as short as it is tonight. But I'll be sending out this week all of our expenditure reports, and that's through the end of January for our department heads. They all are under budget currently at this point, so it's looking very good. And we'll start to wrap up those big expenditures. Hopefully, as we've already started budget season, we've got about half of our budget already created as far as expenditure line items, and hope to have that done by the end of March. Also, we'll be sitting out. We had a good meeting when we talked about Rome County permitting, building codes office. They're going to be sending out our reports, what they have done, I think over the last, I know Nate's here, the last couple of weeks. Anytime there's a request for a permit, they call, we get to look at it, make sure it fits zoning and coding before they issue that. So that is a big positive change as far as that is concerned. Want to really thank HUB. We're excited also. We're waiting to get our fiber. They have installed that down at Riverfront Park, and I think David got the cameras hooked up today. So it's going to be so much faster, and it won't have the circle on there that slows down and bogs down, but it also gives us the ability to add more cameras everywhere we have that fiber and just more eyes to make sure we cut down on vandalism anytime we need to see what's happened. So very much looking forward to that, and thank you to HUB for making that happen. We've also had a couple of resolutions where we have worked together with the county and other municipalities talking about the safety, not only of the streets here in Harriman, but our interstate. So I talked to Amanda Snowden today, and she is the new District 1 manager for TDOT. And we called, sent several emails trying to make a connection. She is newly appointed in that role, and she and I will be meeting over the next week or week and a half. We're going to look at some of the issues here in town that we've had problems. I want to bring those up to her to make her aware of it, especially on Highway 70 and Pine Ridge Road. She also called to inform today, Pansy Hill Bridge, they let it out for the repairs to the structure underneath. It came in way over budget. So she told me they'll let it again this year at some point, but they're going to bring the engineers in, see if they cannot revamp that RFP for that particular project. As Candace mentioned, yes, we've been working together on the Hester Gilliam property. Candace says it's been going smoothly. Well, we've also met with TDOT. We've hit a couple of bumps, but Mark Kilby with CK Construction hopefully will finish this week, and then we'll put that behind us and move forward. So very pleased with the way it's going. Thursday, March the 12th, and Jen will put this on our Facebook page, we're going to have the Mobile American Job Center that'll be on Walden Street outside the library. And that's anybody who is looking for a job. They have the most up-to-date. And it's not just here in Harriman. Where are those jobs? Where are they posted for?
They'll be in Rome County, they'll be in Loudoun County, Lenore City, all around this area.
And they'll be here from 1 until 5:30. So last time they were here, I told Connie, I said, I did not know they were coming. I didn't. And I said, we'll do a better job of advertising that. So if you're in any job, you're looking maybe to change jobs, you can come down March the 12th right outside our library. And the Mobile Job Center will be here from 1 till 5:30. And as John mentioned, we've been working on the codes and the zoning, especially where double wides are concerned. So there's been some discussion we had at our last council meeting, and John's going to weigh in. He is in agreement with Greg Lefew, the county attorney. So we'll have all that and get that information to everybody, hopefully make it much easier moving forward. And on Friday, we also received our contract back from the Summit Medical Group, so we'll move forward with our sign in Midtown. And that's a partnership with TCAT and Roan State. So hopefully get that moving up and going, and something else for us to be proud of. And that's it from our report tonight. If you got any questions, like I said, the direction will be updated this Friday.
I know that you sent out the Nathan's report from his office. If it'd be okay if he'll come up, just will you kind of brief us how it's going? We haven't heard from him, I guess, and we appreciate Scott taking care of it, but how's it going as far as going out on property maintenance, taking them to court? How's all it?
So far, everything's going pretty smooth. Anytime I ask anybody to do anything, they're real receptive of it. Just only a couple of times, throughout the past that I've had any hiccups. So I think it's going fairly well. If we can just get them to finish the projects, that's where
Get them to what?
To finish the projects, we'll call it, the cleanups.
Okay.
If we can get them to just follow through with it.
So example for today, I got a text from a citizen, and they sent me a picture, and I sent you the picture and told you where it was at. I assume that person must have just left and then dumped everything in the yard. So,
yeah. So the case with that was it involved Roane County Sheriff's Department. And that was one of them things where everything had to be removed from the house.
Right.
And I actually spoke with the homeowner, and he said that he would have everything cleaned up. So,
Because she was just renting, I think. Okay.
yes, yeah.
Are you experiencing a lot of repeaters?
Not yet. I think we've only got 3 open cases of repeat offenders. I'm going to call it an offender. And they're pretty, they repeat quite a bit, but with me, they haven't repeated yet.
Be nice if there's some steps of liability where it gets greater and greater if they're repeaters.
Do what now?
If you had a step that you could charge them with it as if they're repeaters and make it.
I think what you're asking me is if they're a repeat offender, if there's steps to take.
Yeah, I know we don't have any, but
Can you charge them more the second offense than you can the first offense and so forth?
I assume that I can't. The judge just, he issues what he issues. It's, and most of our cases are like $50 per offense per day that it's still there. And I don't think there's anything above that other than us cleaning it up.
Yeah, but the judge will weigh all of those factors.
Yeah.
All of that will come into play if they're repeaters.
Absolutely.
So when you issue the citation, it's, I'll just say, a yellow sheet that you give them, but you don't assign a dollar amount?
No, I
First
don't
time?
assign any dollar amounts.
Okay,
The
okay.
judge does.
Okay.
Have you had any you've had to take to court
2.
based on money,
No.
fines?
No, sir. The only ones that we've really had to take to court didn't show up.
They didn't show up?
No.
What's the steps if they don't show up?
Right now, we don't have anything. A failure to appear for a code violation is not that severe. So,
That's what we gotta fix.
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
That's the problem,
Well, we
is
gotta
most
jump
people
on
know
that.
they don't have to come to court. If they don't come to court,
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
nothing happens.
Mhm.
No, if they get a speeding ticket and they don't come to court, we put it on their driver's license.
That's correct.
They trash their yard up, or they tear their house down, or it burns and they don't ever tear it down. We just keep paying him to go fight them, and we just keep following, and then everybody thinks we're not doing our job.
That's right.
So that's what John, somehow I wanna figure out, how do we fix that problem? I'm not for taking anybody to court. I would wish we wouldn't have to, but we have to
Have to,
sometimes.
yeah.
And
Need to wake some of them up.
our people need to know that there is consequences when you don't follow the law. Right now, there is none.
That's
You
right.
don't come to court, okay, so be it. So, if you can give us,
If it's a cleanup, we can ultimately go and clean it up ourselves and attach a lien to the property. We can do that.
I guess in a sense, that would be our step above the $50 a day fine. So, would be attaching a lien
Right.
after the cleanup.
And we've done that a few times.
we've done that on abandoned houses, we've not done it on occupied
Like
homes.
house. or
Yep.
somebody
I'd hate
owner.
to send our crew in and start cleaning the yard up, and somebody come flying out with a gun.
That's
Right.
I wanna be careful getting
Yeah.
too far in the weeds with it.
Mhm.
But I wish that I try to find something to hold these people accountable. There's gotta, because, guys, again, we're paying a guy full-time that has got his hands handcuffed because our laws are
Right.
void and don't even, I don't know. It's just aggravating. It's aggravating for you because, as Councilman Wright asked you, do you have any repeat offenders? You ain't been here long enough to have them,
But you will.
but you're gonna get them. And they're gonna know the system that they're, it don't matter, I went on the one I told you about. They picked up 2 things. They steal a mess, and they know the system. So, if you'll get us something back, what can we do? And maybe, I don't know what we can do.
So when you issue a citation, is that a citation for whatever the incident is? Is that for them to come to court? Just the first citation? So
It is.
I'm asking if there's a warning. If not, the citation that you issue to me says at least you need to clean up your yard, and once you do that, you'll say you'll be charged $50 a day unless you come to court. Is that what it says? I don't know.
No, so initially what it is I'll send you a letter in the mail. Let's
Okay.
say I'm dealing with you.
Okay.
I will send you a letter in the mail certified that says, hey, first notice violation.
Okay.
After you get that first notice of violation, if you haven't cleaned up your property, then I issue you a citation and get you before the judge.
What is the time frame between me receiving the certified letter and you coming back, sending me another one after you've driven by 10 days? I'm gonna just use 10 days later, at least, or like you said, the person picked up 2 pieces, it's still a mess. So 10 days later, I'm gonna get another one that says what?
10 days. It is exactly 10 days.
Okay.
The notice of violation says 10 days.
But what
To-
happens if I don't clean up after that? What's the second citation gonna say? Go to court?
Well, the notice of violation is just at your warning.
Yes, sir.
Then you get a citation. If I have to write you a second citation, you haven't been before the judge, so I really can't write a second citation to my knowledge. Maybe I can.
We need
John?
to nail that down.
I
for
can.
order.
Okay. Then I can issue a second citation or a third if I have to, or I guess we'll go that far.
I wanna send the law with you on the second time and we arrest them.
That would be nice.
Barney Fife or Sheriff Andy Taylor, which one?
Well, it's just, we've gotta have this figured out because we've been fighting this as long as I've been here and it doesn't work. Some people will listen to you. And some people won't. And the ones that don't, there's no repercussion for them not listening to you.
Well, when the judge and I first sat down, he asked me how many citations I anticipated a month. And I told him I anticipate none as long as people do the right thing by code. But however, then 1 out of every 10 people may not do that, so I anticipated 3 to 5 a month. Well, I issued 3 last month. They didn't show up to court.
None of them.
No. None of them.
And
Has to be
and so what
something
happens if
that
they
we
don't show
can
up for court?
attach.
Nothing? Right now,
Do
nothing?
you send them a notice of failure?
The judge will send them an FTA.
That'll come
Yes.
to him.
Failure
So
to
does
appear.
that come from, who's,
Should come from the
Keita's the,
Megan.
Megan.
Yeah.
I mean, not Keita, Megan. Okay.
Yeah, she does. She sends them.
But she sends it out, what does it say? We're gonna pick you up in the morning or what?
The failure to appear.
Yeah.
The ones that I had that I would send out would be, it would tell like, if they gave them like $50 a day, it would say, that you're gonna start being charged, basically. And that's what I had to send out to them, so I'd say that's still probably what she's sending out.
Do we
So
do we pin them to that?
if they failure,
50 a
if
day?
they don't show up, the judge will go ahead and tag the $50 a day onto it.
Mhm.
So it starts that day, whether they're here
Starts
or not.
10 days after that.
After the court hearing.
Yeah. So court was February the 23rd last month, and one of the cases, the 10 days I think starts March the 6th. They have to get their property cleaned up, or that penalty starts assessing to their property. And so that's what we're waiting on is March the 6th,
Okay.
because the judge told me that I could put out bids, to have the property cleaned up ourselves if we so choose, and then put a
Owner
lien on the
occupied,
property.
somebody living there?
No, somebody is living there.
So why
They
don't
shouldn't
we-
be, but they are.
Owner or rental?
Yeah,
Do we
we
know?
gotta do better.
Okay, so the deed says 2 names. I'm not gonna obviously
Yeah.
say the names.
Yeah.
One person is, let's just say, in Harriman Gardens, we'll say that. I think I can say
Okay,
that.
I got you.
And then the other one lives there.
Okay.
But the one that lives in Harriman Gardens is not okay with the one living there. However, she's on the deed, so there's nothing really that you can do.
Yeah.
Maybe we can bring their name and put it in the front of here every meeting, and so they can show up to
I
court
think so.
because of,
Well,
Yeah, we have a poster board.
yeah.
I think some of you may know.
I think
Well,
I
don't
got
say
a real
no
good
names.
idea
Don't say
who you're
no
talking
names.
about.
I know used to when you'd write to buy a check in a store, they'd
They
stamp
would
that
put
check
your-
up in
yeah,
front of
that's right.
everybody.
And everybody,
Yeah.
your head be like, oh
Check it.
Lord.
So when you went in, you made sure your name wasn't on that board of a check.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something that we can do. Find out legally what we can do. If I can put their names on the front here, I will. And every time Dudley comes with BBB, we'll
We'll
introduce
zoom
them
in
to
on it.
everybody.
Well, technically, everything that I do is public information.
public
You just have to pay for it.
Yep. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Nate.
thank you.
Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, Nate.
Councilman Wright asked too, the report, and I'll make sure it's as an attachment, that Nate's gonna do monthly for you all. You'll notice, he's also got, a column where it says number of cars towed. And, he has been towing quite a few cars, junked up yards and,
Good.
so he's made great headway on that, as well. And we did talk with our judge and wanted to try and streamline and do something, because what is the repercussions for an FTA? So hopefully, like I said, we give those citations, and then I'll be glad to let y'all know when our next court date is. But we do that at 9 o'clock in the morning, because we did express to our judge how important we need to see, because what's gone on in the past is not acceptable. And it gets frustrating for Nathan, because his list doesn't get shorter. You know, if he could wipe some of those off and
Right,
say they're
right.
cleaned up, because it compiles every single day. And the last part of my report was also we've made some headway. Our RFP is posted for Harriman Crossing. We've had several meetings with industry developers. Councilman Vansdale had a very good meeting, I think it was Friday, that provided some insight on what we need to do. And we have got scheduled a meeting with a land surveyor that's going to do the topo for us. And that's one of the steps, and then our next is our geo that will get finished as well. And hopefully make it a more suitable place and start moving a little faster on it.
Paving, we're gonna start when, I noticed Drax here, this is his meeting, what are we looking at when
I'd have-
asphalt starts up, the plants open up, start paving? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
Thank you, Mr. Mason.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This time we're going to new business. First item, discuss and possibly approve final reading on ordinance 0226-02, an ordinance amending the zoning map of Harriman, Tennessee by rezoning property from C2 General Commercial to C1 Central Business District. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton. Second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Harris. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
No.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright,
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton,
Yes.
David Vansdale.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item, discuss and possibly approve first reading on ordinance 0326-02, an ordinance amending Title 9, Chapter 3, video arcades, pool rooms, bowling alleys, etc. on the Harriman Municipal Code.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Harris, second by Councilwoman Laxton. Councilwoman Harris.
We're not gonna let this one pass, so yes.
No.
Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion.
Mayor, can somebody give us just a general discussion on this?
John, you want to?
I can. Okay, so, currently we have a video arcade, pool room, and bowling alley ordinance. And over the last month and a half, I guess, we have gone through that tediously and studied it. We've revised it, and we have come up with a streamlined, I guess you could say, video arcade, pool room, and bowling alley ordinance. So it requires a license, and if you go through it, just go through it piece by piece. It requires a license, and then the authority of council to approve the license, and there's a fee. That's a small fee. It's a one-time fee of $100 to apply for it. You got to apply for the license. You got to have an affidavit of the petitioner. It can't be within close proximity to a church or a school. It's got to be 100 feet, an uninterrupted route from front door to front door, away from churches and schools, libraries, public assemblies. So that's a requirement. And So the duration, it's 365 days. It's 1 year in duration. And of course, we do not allow gambling or disorderly conduct. All the criminal rules of conduct apply. Forfeiture of the license if you violate the chapter. Come back to this council for revoking the license. And it's not transferable. The license is not transferable. So from one owner to the next. In the other one, in the one we have presently, you know, it requires a lot of other things. It requires notice to and approval by your neighbors. So whoever's on either side of you, they have to approve of you being able to get a permit. And we've taken all that out. So there are a couple of elisions that we have made to it, more or less modernized it, and so it's more in keeping with, I think, some other cities that have ordinances of this type.
Thank you, John.
But a lot of time actually has been spent on it.
Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie
Yes.
Wright. Cheryl Laxton. Yes. David Vansdale.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next time, discuss and possibly approve first reading on ordinance 0326-01, an ordinance requiring non-residential property owner voters to vote in the municipal elections through absentee ballot.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton,
Second.
second by Councilman Brackett. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilman Brackett.
Nothing.
Floor is open for discussion.
Can I speak to it just a half
Yes, sir.
second? Okay, so what this does, if we have a mechanism by which we allow non-resident property owners to vote, then that vote would be by absentee ballot. So currently, we do not have a mechanism in the city of Harriman that allows for a vote by a non-resident owner of property. But we're working on that. So it's not exactly getting the cart before the horse, but if we're going to have a charter change through a private act, which we're working on, then this would come into play and all of this would already be established. Does that sound right? But I think that's where we are. And we may be able to get that accomplished in this legislative session. You think?
Scott?
Part of the process to get this law established is it's a change in our charter. As we mentioned in our workshop and speaking with Senator Ken Yeager, because we're a private act, those are a little easier to get through, but they're expecting the legislative session to be not as long this year. So it's important with this first reading that we get that attached, get it sent to Senator Yeager's office so he can start that process and get it attached to one of those bills that are going through. But this is something I think the city's talked about for years, trying to get accomplished. And like I said, we can always set, I'll speak with Senator Yeager. If this passes tonight, then what's the time frame before we have our second and final reading and the exact wording that goes into our charter?
Yeah, we need to get our wording right, and we might want to have a workshop or something and talk about that. There's a lot of variations that, a lot of different ways we can state it. So depending on, the percentage of your property ownership, and so on and so forth. So, and I've got several examples, so we can talk about that
Yeah, if it pleases the council, maybe we can do that after our March 17th. That could just be our workshop.
We good?
And then we'd have
Sounds
our
good.
final reading in April.
Fine.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton. Yes. David Vansdale.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item, discuss and possibly approve the appointment of Sonia Thomas to the Harriman Industrial Development Board for the term ending July 2030. Motion by Councilman Johnson,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Harris. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion.
Could you tell us just a little bit about Ms. Thompson?
She is, she lives up on, I want to say Cumberland Street. She was on the, Housing Authority Board, and she's come off of it, going out EB. She owned, the antique shop up on the corner, in the Farnham Building. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Bansfield.
Yes.
Motion carries. Discuss and possibly approve reappointing Tony Watson to the Harriman Housing Authority Board for the term ending August 2030.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton,
I'll second that.
second by Councilman Vansdale. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilman Vansdale.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Bansfield.
Yes.
Motion carries. Discuss and possibly approve the reappointment of Jason Schillings to the Beer Board for the term ending in July 2027.
Motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Laxton.
Second.
Second by Councilman Brackett. Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Councilman Brackett. Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Bansfield.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item, discuss and possibly approve resolution R0326-01, a resolution authorizing the incurrence of indebtedness by the city of Harriman, Tennessee, in the principal amount of not to exceed $2,275,000 by the execution with the Public Building Authority of the city of Clarksville, Tennessee, of a loan agreement to provide funding for public works projects. Motion put on the floor for discussion.
Motion.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilwoman Laxton. Councilman Johnson.
I'm good with it.
Councilwoman,
I'm good.
floor is open for discussion.
Mr. Ayler?
Can we get a little bit of,
Sorry, I was just going to mention real quick what some of the items that the bond offering is going to pay for. Approximately just less than $1 million is going to go to Musco for the lighting upgrades at the ball fields. We have about $400,000 in matching grant funds for sidewalk projects downtown. Scott could elaborate on that if need be. Purchase of the TCAP building for $500,000, community center gym floor replacement for $100,000, and Portland Utilities storm drain repairs for $200,000 for a total of $2.2 million. The reason for the additional amount of $75,000, that's to cover the underwriting cost and costs associated with the issuance of the bond, which, by the way, the terms of are 15 years at about 3.95% all-in cost. So that's really bleeds over into the second vote we're going to be doing on this, but I wanted to go ahead and cover it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
All these items have been approved previously by the council.
That's correct.
And the reason we're borrowing is so we don't take it out of our general fund. We put it on something so we,
That's correct, Mayor. Anytime that we take out, anytime we make a large capital purchase that has a usable life of 10 years or more, it's always best to go ahead and finance that if we can, and we have a relatively good rate at 3.95%. To spread that out, we also always want to maintain a healthy fund balance, which took us quite a while to rebuild, so we want to maintain that as well as we possibly can.
And the duration of this bond is what?
15 years.
and we have one coming off next year.
In fiscal year 2027, we have one coming off for a total debt service of approximately $70,000. Then in 2028 is when the big one rolls off, and that was for, you may recall, the $2 million loan that we did for paving to kind of do a big catch-up on paving that hadn't been done in a while. And that is about $220,000 a year of annual debt service. So over the next 2 fiscal years, we will more than offset the additional debt service associated with this. This is gonna be about 220,000. We're gonna take away about 295,000, give or take, over the next 2 fiscal years. So our net indebtedness over the next 2 fiscal years will be less.
Awesome.
Any other discussion? Councilman Johnson, are you okay putting yours in the form of a motion to approve?
Yes.
Are you okay with second? Okay. So Councilman Johnson made the motion to approve. Councilwoman Laxton seconded that motion. Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Bansdale.
No.
Motion's approved. Next item, discuss and possibly approve resolution R0326-02, a resolution authorizing a loan pursuant to a loan agreement between the City of Harriman, Tennessee, and the Public Building Authority of the City of Clarksville, Tennessee, and the principal amount of not to exceed $2,275,000 for the purpose of financing public work projects, providing for the payment and security of the loan, authorizing the execution and delivery of the loan agreement and certain other documents related thereto, and certain other matters. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Laxton. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion.
And this is basically just to piggyback off of F, right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Call the roll, please.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Cheryl Laxton.
Yes.
David Bansdale.
No.
Motion carries. That's all we have on the agenda. We'll go on to council comments, and when we get to council after we adjourn, we'll go back into executive session in the conference room. Councilman Wright.
No, sir.
Councilman Bansdale.
No, sir.
Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
No, sir.
Councilman Brackett.
Nothing.
Councilwoman Laxton.
No, sir.
All right. I don't have anything. Thank you all for coming and being a part of us tonight. We enjoy you all coming and participating in the city and interested in what's going on. So continue coming, and we'll keep enjoy you coming. So a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed, like sign.
So, if you want me to see
Yeah.
financial, send him an email that says, we need to meet about the audit tomorrow.